Hello everyone, CDNet here with another update from the Avalanche ecosystem. Today I want to take a look at Avalanche. Now, you may know that Avalanche already had its sale yesterday, so technically I am a little late with this video. In my mind, Avalanche has just been around for so long, I kind of just forgot that it was doing something new in a way, but they had their sale yesterday. I did miss that myself because it was at 12 AM and my mind had read 12 PM. Now again, I didn't miss that much apparently, we'll get into that as well. That's the benefit of doing this video after the sale. So let's get into it. So Avalanche is best described as a fundraising platform for the Avalanche blockchain. Now if you've been around the past couple months, you may know that some IDOs have been extremely profitable and fundraising platforms play a huge role in them. Avalanche aims to offer multiple solutions to help a new crypto projects get some fundraising done. Now, in order to do so, they have put together quite a star-studded team, especially also their advisor pool is really cool with a lot of Ava Labs people, plus community members. Most likely, they'll be able to attract quite some cool projects to launch via their platform. And as I understand it, Sherpa Cash is already aiming to launch via them. Fundraising on Avalanche will take part in multiple tiers. The first tier being the Xeva stakers, Xeva being the token that's associated with Avalanche. The second tier will be AVAX delegators and validators, and the third tier will just be public. Overall, Avalanche aims to address an existing need, has a star-studded lineup to able to execute on its vision, and has quite a lot of community support. But now that we've seen the token sale, I think we can also talk about some things that may be risky or done wrong. First of all, the token sale that I slept through was kind of hampered by bots. They bought up, I think, 40% of the supply immediately, meaning that there is much less available for the actual supporters of the project. Now, people have argued that the bot issue could have been predicted. It's not the first time that anything has been launched on a AMM, after all. And then, of course, because Avalanche is a fundraising/launching platform, people have asked, well, what does this say about their platform that they haven't been able to address this? But one thing that, in my opinion, people don't include in their discussion often enough is actually the token distribution, in this case creating kind of a fake scarcity. So for the first time in any of my videos, let's take a look at the token distribution of a project. So if we look at the Xeva distribution, we can see that 21% is for the foundation, which I assume is the team behind Avalanche. 33% is the token sale. That's not actually what we fought for in Pangolin yesterday. 5% is what we fought over in Pangolin yesterday. 9% goes to advisors and partners, and 32% goes to the ecosystem. Now we know from their Medium article that their seed and private funds were largely raised through friends, family, and close community members, for a total of slightly under 1 million. Now we also know that the team has given away 10% of its private sale round for free to community members who registered to be on the whitelist. In total, this amounts to slightly under 2%. So if we take that 2% from the token sale and add it to the public portion, then I think it's fair to argue that 60% of the tokens are held by the inner circle. 21% for the foundation, 31% for the friends and family and close community members, and 9% for partners and advisors. The public portion would be 5% that's in Pangolin, the 2% of the public whitelist that's dropped for free, and the 2% airdrop for validators and delegators. That leaves 30% of the token distribution as ecosystem rewards, in my understanding, staking. Now, if we assume that lock tokens can be staked and that staking rewards are proportional to the amount staked, we can basically guesstimate how much of the ecosystem rewards will flow into, if you want, the inner circle and the public portion. So if you conclude that 60% of the total token distribution is enhanced by the inner circle and 10% is owned by the public, and you divide up the 30% of the ecosystem rewards proportionally, then you can basically conclude that over 85% of the tokens is reserved for the inner circle, which in my opinion is a little bit excessive. Now, I'm not expecting this team to rug pull anything, but it does seem like it's a bit much. The proportion is a bit too high. We saw with the shipcoin that just Vitalik having 50%, so basically 1/2 of the supply, puts it in rock territory, right? So if they have 85% of the supply, the risk that you run as a public is just really high, even though arguably it's not expected that they will rug pull because they seem like a pretty legitimate project with pretty legitimate backing. But let me also challenge that a little bit, because we have seen crypto winters happen. Crypto winters where basically all tokens lost over 90% of its value and some never returned. Now we can see that the Avalanche team has reserved 21% of its tokens for itself. Now it's difficult to make any sweeping statements about how much of the percentage of the tokens to a team is fair. In my opinion, it depends a lot on how much you make available to other people as well. So if you look at YieldJack, who keep about 30% for themselves, they're giving 70% away for free. So it's a lot more reasonable than keeping 21% for yourself, but only giving out or selling 5% of your tokens. Now you could argue that the Avalanche team needs to put in a lot of effort. You know, they still need to do business development, they need to audit some code, they need to set up stuff, everything. It requires a lot of active effort. And the 21% could serve as its salary and its incentive to kind of maintain that operation for a little while. However, we also know that, as far as I can tell at least, they've only raised slightly over $1 million. And you can question how long can they pay themselves with that $1 million, or what else is that $1 million going to go towards? Let's say we're going to have another crypto winter where, you know, all the cryptocurrencies drop 90% of their price and some never recover. Basically, in that case, the Avalanche token as a reward will not be that appealing. Will they still have enough salary to kind of keep working on the project towards that? I'm not entirely sure. Now, I personally would have preferred if they had sold a larger portion of their 21% to the public. That way, allowing more community members to participate, have in a way a fairer launch, and also secure their own salaries for the coming years. And of course, they should keep some of their token. It is a good incentive, but I just think in this case, 21% is excessive. Especially if you also consider that they gave away 31% of their tokens to friends and family, while having the community fight for 5%. In conclusion, I would argue that this does not fully align with what Avalanche says in their own for communities part on their website. Equal opportunity, focus on broad participation and fair distribution. I would argue that the distribution of the tokens at this point in time is not fair. Now, I know that's a harsh statement, so looking forward to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's a little bit different because it's neither an introduction before something sells, nor does it look at the app. But I do think it was important to get at least a video out on Avalanche, and I think it is important to mention these points regarding its token distribution. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next one, and goodbye.